Of the four main ground colors that we have in Himalayan art, we've talked about the four ground colors in general with a video. We've talked about black and we've talked about red, but we haven't really touched too much on the gold. Now, the gold is not as common as the red and not as common as the black. The black, of course, is more textual. The fourth ground color, of course, is just multicolor. It's just whatever the artist chooses to use. Green for landscape, blue for sky, whatever. Now, with gold ground, there is an idea, an art historical idea, that it was developed from painting on gold silk and gifts from the Mongol court in the 13th, 14th century. But I don't know how much evidence there is for that. We do have some examples, but I don't know if that's the main reason. Now, it's possible that with the acquisition of gold silk, that the people of the Himalayas and Tibet just decided to make monastic decrees. Basically, it's writing out the monastic rules on gold silk and then sending it to various branch monasteries or main monasteries, depending on who's writing it. And then these are kept, and these are considered a kind of marching orders for monasteries and what their conduct should be. So gold silk decrees is one of a possible early form paintings on gold silk or textile applique or embroidery on gold silk is also early. So we have examples of that done in Tibet and possibly as gifts, again, from the Mongol court. But then when it comes to painting, then what we have is we have various degrees of gold fill. Now, what we can have is we can have the entire background of a painting as gold, and then the figures are lightly colored with various colors on this background surface of gold. So that's the deities being multicolor and the background gold. Or we can have the background is multicolored, and then the all of the figures are painted in gold. So then we can have gold figures. We can have a central figure, and then of some type, and then we have just repeated figures in registers completely surrounding the central figure. Now, also we have gold ground paintings where basically everything is gold. So and the figures are just distinguished by ochre or light brown or light orange outlining, and then the hair is painted black, and then there might be some orange or slightly red shading to distinguish a central figure atop of an orange or red lotus or something like that. Now, so the earliest textiles we have are likely to be 13th, 14th century. And then the earliest paintings that we really have are actually 16th century, and the majority of them of a high quality, actually of any quality, are actually Sakya productions. And some of these are also in sets. It's possible that the earliest one might be, well, actually, there's two possible candidates. One is a gold ground painting of Sakyalotsawa Jampe Dorje, and he passed away in 1533. But then we have another painting of Rinchen Gyaltsen. Rinchen Gyaltsen is of the Kun family, and I think he's likely to be of a similar time period. So we're looking at the first half of the 16th century. So 1500, 1550, somewhere in there. And a lot of these paintings that are done in gold are also done in a Menri painting style, a Menri tradition coming from Mentongpa and his children and his possible students. which is interesting. I don't think we have a lot of examples where we're looking at a Kenri style and or any other at this time period. Then we have a set of paintings that were done, I think it's circa 1602, 1603, and this was done for the Ngor Monastery, and it was done for the funerary ceremonies for a lama named Jampa Kungatashi, who was of the Sharchen Ludingpa family. And so there was a large set of meditational deities, Guya Samaja, Hevajra, Chakra that were done where all of the deities are gold fill and the background is dark blue. And so this is quite interesting. So we get quite a variety of these types of gold ground painting. So we just have to be aware that there's a number of different combinations that the artist might use. And no, there are no rules for this. Certain standards and certain appearances became more popular, especially under the fifth Dalai Lama in the 17th century. He was quite partial to the gold ground Menri style of painting, and so he had quite a number of paintings commissioned, according to his biography. And also we have some examples of some very good Menri art that's gold ground and gold fill. So there's a lot of varieties. It is essentially it is artistic convention. It is not religion. It is not iconography. It's merely artistic convention of the time and the popularity of art forms at the time. So we'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon, you can make a donation on the homepage of Himalayan Art Resources.